What's up, FreeCAD folks? Design Weaver here, and I'd like to demonstrate my version 2.0 of my MeshToBody macro. This is available on GitHub. It includes the macro file and an icon in case you'd like to add it to your toolbar like I've done here. This macro allows you to convert an imported STL mesh or any type of mesh to a PartDesign body. So if I select this mesh, I click my macro, it will run on this and create a part solid and also add that to the base feature of a new body. So your question might be, oh, why do I need a macro for this? Well, these are the steps necessary to convert a mesh. You start in the mesh workbench and you want to check if it's a solid. Solid means it has a watertight shell and can be converted. Then you need to go to the part workbench and use the menu create shape from mesh. Once you have a shape, then you can part convert that shape to a solid. So this shape is not a solid. Now that we have a solid, you can refine that solid, which removes unnecessary faces. But then this refined solid is still linked to this solid object. So to separate these interim objects, then you need to create a simple copy. So now I have an isolated solid that's not connected to the unrefined solid and can be used. But if I want to use it in PartDesign now also, I need to, with this solid selected, create a body which links that refined simple copy in a base feature. Now, if you're going to work in PartDesign, these two objects are all that you need. All of these can be deleted. So essentially, that's what the macro does. It does all of those steps in one click. But originally, when I made this, it only could do one mesh at a time. But say you downloaded a model and it's broken up into a lot of meshes. Well, we can add multiple STLs. And if none are selected, running the macro, you can also run it from macros. It's going to be this mesh to body. And what this will do is convert all of these meshes. And if they have multiple shells, it will break those shells out. So let's execute this. And you might want to have your report view open so you can see that it is working and it's continuing. What you're seeing here is the docking bay had multiple shells. So it used the mesh workbench split components tool to split those shells into separate meshes. Each of those separate mesh shells will get converted. Now they're being converted. They'll be combined into a part compound. Fins is the same way, and you can see it's processing all of those fins. And it will tell you how many faces, how many components are in here, that it has started, and then it will tell you when it's finished with each one, with a duration for each mesh conversion. And when it finishes, it will tell you the What I mean by it is in the report view, the macro will tell you the total duration that was required to convert all of the meshes during that operation. So if we look at one of these fins, for instance, this fin's this fin's body uses this compound as its base feature. The compound makes it look like it's all been merged into one item, but that's not actually true. The separate items or the separate shells are still available for use. They've all been converted to solids. But if you don't care about needing these separated, then you can just leave this compound hidden and work on the part design body. Or if you don't like part design, you can continue with the compound as you desire. So I believe this gives you some options. And in the case of multiple shells, this macro will save a lot of time, or at least a lot of manual clicking in order to get your file converted properly to a solid for further operations and modification. Thanks for watching.